And I'm with all the BS. Or Hollywood BS.
So before I even left New Orleans, I started seeing all kind of articles and hearing all kind of rumors that Lil Eazy was gonna make it Halloween for whoever got the role because he wanted the role, right? So, you know, me being the person that I am, still in the streets, immediately my feelers go up, right? So I get on Facebook, I'm looking for him on social sites now, right? So I ended up getting in touch with Erica, EB, Baby Eazy, then I finally get to Lil Eazy. Long story short, we had like a 3.5-hour conversation. It was so dope. He was so excited that I was the one who actually got to play the role, you know, because he felt like if anybody fucked it up, it should be him, rightfully so, right? But he was confident that I was gonna do it right. So he had the whole welcome wagon waiting on me when I got there. And I'll never forget the day that I left because like my baby mama, man, we had the biggest argument ever. I remember her peeking through the blinds and being like, they waiting outside for you right now, my nigga. And I was like, why are you so upset? You know what I mean? So I look out the blinds and they got the dude standing there, the driver, with the trunk open, like I'm Scrooge McDuck. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, damn, this is crazy. Really done went from rags to riches that fast, right? So I'm like, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna enjoy my moment, you know? So I'm literally in the car with tears in my eyes thinking, I don't know whether to be happy or sad right now. But then my inner voice was like, nigga, you earned this shit. What the fuck is you sad for, right? So I'm like, all right, it's cool, whatever. I'm about to enjoy this. So I get to the airport and the first person I see is Lance Gross, right? So I'm looking like, you know, you try not to have like the star moment or whatever, but I'm looking like, this is crazy. I get on the plane and sure enough, sure as shit stank, I sat right next to Lance, right? Then in the seats next to us was Morris Chestnut and his wife. Behind him was Anthony Anderson. And it was like all leaving Essence, right? So I tell them like that I'm about to go play Eazy-E, you know, Anthony Anderson super excited for me because he's from LA, you know what I mean? So it was dope. So I land in LA, right? And I go to this hotel, which is not my favorite hotel, called the London in West Hollywood. I mean, part of it is my favorite because, you know, that's where it all began, but it's also the shit, you know what I mean? But I stayed there for maybe like 2 days. I didn't really have a chance to like introduce myself to LA, right? Because I had a bunch of shit to do. I had to like eat 4,000 calories a day and gain a bunch of weight. I had to go to boxing classes. I had an album to re-record. It was just a bunch of shit. But I'm still feeling like I need to do a little bit more digging on Eazy-E. And Universal just didn't feel like that was important. You know what I mean? They like, nigga, why do you want to go to the hood? And I'm like, well, you know, I kind of need to know. You know what I mean? I'm from New Orleans. You feel me? I need to know. You feel me? Eazy, like I said, had the welcome wagon waiting on me. So he took me to meet everybody I wanted to meet, took me everywhere I wanted to go. And, you know, I got to really dig into some things. I got to really see Kelly Park, got to see where Eazy grew up, you know, so it was dope. You know, the first time I ever seen Pyru Street, I'll never forget. We pulled up, I was like, damn, you know, I jumped out to take a selfie with Pyru Street, and they was like, no, get back in the car. I'm like, why? They were like, nah, because 3 people are a gang. They could just pull us over and start searching us. I'm like, damn, like it's crazy. It's fucked up in LA. So I stayed in London for maybe like a couple days, and then my friend Mercedes, she takes me to my new humble abode, which was hardly humble at all. I mean, it was the shit, okay? It was the 1010 building on Wilshire. At the time I was living there, Chris Brown was living there. Kalani was living there. Stevie Williams was living there. And that's just a handful of the people, right? So me and Corey Hawkins was living in this building as well. And we were working with this boxing coach, right? His name was Leon. And Leon is like a Greek god of a person. I mean, maybe not Greek because he's black, but I mean, just super swole, super jacked. So Leon was there to make sure as I gained weight and as Corey lost weight, that we were looking physically fit. You know what I mean? That we just look good. But in the process of trying to recreate some of these photos that we had to recreate and stuff like that, like they was like putting pads on us, you know? Because I was just slim and frail. And I remember one day I'm sitting on top of the Jeep, you know what I mean? The classic picture with the Eazy jersey. And Gary's like, take those pads off of Jason. Take those fucking pads off Jason. And everybody's like, he doesn't have any pads on. And he was like, oh, you did the work. I'm proud of you. It was like, yeah, it was crazy. That day was crazy just in general because that same day I had to like send some money to my mom. So I went in the bank dressed as Eazy-E, and everybody looking like either we about to get robbed or we just died and went to heaven. I'm not sure what the fuck is happening. But yeah, that's when I knew that costume was on point. You know what I mean? That shit was dope as fuck. You know, pre-production is such a big deal because that's where movies are actually shot. You know what I mean? That's where all the hard work is done. That's where all the intricate pieces come in. So Gary wanted us to be a group, and we had to convince NWA that we could be them without wearing a costume, right? So not only did we have to recreate the album and all of that, but we had to move like these people, walk like these people, talk like these people. And a big part of that was us listening to each other, right? So we're in this huge sound stage, and the first day he's like, all right, everybody close their eyes. And he takes out a bill and he drops it on the floor. And he's like, what bill is that? And all of us was like, nigga, impossible. What the fuck are you talking about? It's no way that we could have ever known what bill this was, right? But 4 weeks later, after everybody is all, I'm talking about, man, listen, I remember we did this performance, right? So I do the, you know what I mean? I do my shit. Dre is jumping up and down out of his chair like, yes, this is it. On the end of that day, Gary pulls out a bill and drops it on the floor. And everybody was like, $100 bill for sure. It was like, I don't know what kind of psyche and mind frame that he put us in, but yeah, it actually worked. That crazy shit that he was on actually worked. Gary is an evil genius. Maybe not evil, but definitely a genius. For those who don't know, movies are not shot in order at all, right? So the first scenes that we shot for Straight Outta Compton, I didn't even know you guys were here, fam. Did you like that video that you just watched? Did you? Yep. Well, if you did, you know what I mean? Go ahead and hit the like, subscribe buttons. They're here somewhere, you know what I mean? You can watch another one. I gotta like dabble my doodle, you get me?